Hi, David Broughton here. Another segment of me drawing Judge Dredd 1977. So I started off Mr. Buzz in the last segment, so I'm going to carry on and do a little bit more of him. So Mr. Buzz first appeared in, I think, Prog 22, and I can remember sort of really enjoying it when I was reading it as a kid, an 11-year-old. Artwork by Ian Gibson, and I think it was the second time that we got to see mutants in Judge Dredd. The first time that I remember was actually the first comic strip with Judge Dredd in it that I read, which was Prog 4, and it was the Brotherhood of, I think, Light, and because I got Prog 1, and then unfortunately I couldn't get hold of 2000 AD for another 2 weeks until Prog 4. That was the way it was in the 70s. I remember reading the Brotherhood of Light with Judge Dredd and loving the artwork, Mike McMahon, and still drawing a little bit like Carlos. He'd been instructed to draw more like Carlos, and I think the story with the Brotherhood of Monks involved Dredd having to go out into the cursed earth after a series of raids by the monks into Mega City 1, and the Chief Judge, Clarence Goodman, instructs Dredd to go out into the cursed earth to retrieve the mayor's son who's been kidnapped by them. And so, of course, this would have been the first time that readers ever got to see what the cursed earth looked like, and there were loads of... It was quite interesting because it was the first time you get to see the Mega City from the outside in the cursed earth, so you could see like its protective dome, which was very reminiscent of Logan's Run. And I think by about the end of Cursed Earth, we never saw the dome around the city again. It was replaced by Cowl's Wall. Also there was lots of images of them driving through the Cursed Earth in this episode 4. And it reminded me a little bit of a film that had came out at the time, Damnation Alley, where they had giant scorpions, and I remember in the book in Damnation Alley that they mentioned giant praying mantises and things, and that's what you saw in Prog 4 of Judge Dredd, with them driving through to go and fight the Cursed Earth. So so that was the first time we saw mutants, and of course in Prog 22, Mr. Buzz was basically the second time. I'm probably wrong on this, but I think it was the second time. So basically he obviously, as you can see, has no eyes, and at that time mutants were not allowed in Mega City for various reasons. So I think that's changed now, and so it was a really, really good story. I really enjoyed it. Ian Gibson's art was very dynamic as usual. I can't remember how Dredd dealt with Mr. Buzz now. I think he probably used some sort of loud sound to incapacitate him because of his large bat ears or fly ears or whatever. But yeah, great stuff it was. And so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on adding the block tones to fill it out a bit, and then I'll probably do Call Me Kenneth in the next segment. So speak to you soon. Bye bye.